Hey, we're gonna pivot real quick, and I told you this is a great month because I love all four sports is rocking and rolling. But there's some really cool stuff's happening next month in November, and we're so happy to have back hanging out with us, man. Is Katharine Eberhardt, who's the Chief Marketing and Development Officer for NCFC Youth Series in the youth program, and this is all about the kids getting it in. So welcome to the Sports Hub. How you doing?
Good morning. Thanks for having me. Looking forward to talking sports and especially youth soccer.
I know that's right. So we want to get you on to just talk about over the next 4 weeks some really good things are happening. So get us updated on what you guys are doing.
That's right. We are about to host our annual VisitRaleigh.com Showcase Series. Mm-hmm. So NCFC Youth, which for those who are listening, if you're from the area, formerly Capital Area Soccer League. Yeah. So we've been in the area for 50 years. We just celebrated our 50th anniversary. We've got about 17,000 local kids that play in our local programming.
Man.
And it's huge. And so that's from recreation all the way up to the highest levels of play. And then a huge part of what we put on every year are tournaments. And so we've got this showcase series that will span across 4 weekends in November and December. Mm-hmm. We'll be pushing about 1,600 teams coming in from across the country.
Across the country.
Across the country.
Wow.
So we've covered the East Coast, the Southeast. Wow. We'll have teams coming in from Texas, Utah, Wisconsin, Maine, like all over the place. We've got 33 states. We've got teams from Canada coming in.
Oh, wow.
So you can expect, if you own a restaurant, if you're in the entertainment industry down here and you're at the malls, you are going to see soccer teams all over the place.
Wow. Well, that's a good segue to my question is, because it spans over 4 weeks and all the different teams, it's a win-win for the city of Raleigh, Wake County, from an economic impact.
That's right. Yeah. So not only are these kids having great competition when they're here and they're playing teams that they don't see throughout the year, so they get competition from across state lines, but also our community benefits. And so through the players going out to restaurants, the families figuring out what they're going to do for dinner that day, for lunch in between games, where are we going to take 20 kids when we don't have a place to go? So they're going to be finding places. So they're going to be spending their money. And with the Visit Raleigh kind of CVB, we have calculated that it's about a $28 million of economic impact that's infused into our economy. And that's every year. So we've been around for about 40 years hosting this event.
Wow. Hotels love you.
Oh, they do. They can count on us, which is great. It's an annual event that they know we are coming. Our kids are going to be flooding the halls, and those soccer kids, they can have their moments, but for the most part, we hope that they're behaving.
28 million.
Man, this NCFC Youth VisitRaleigh.com Showcase Series, man, and this is a big deal. 28 million? Did you say that?
Mm-hmm. 28 million. That's right. It adds up.
I'm still stuck on that.
Yeah, I was too.
You think about these teams that are coming in, and they've got to find places to eat. They've got to go, spend time between games. So they're going to the movies and they're bringing outside dollars in, which is awesome. And apart from that, obviously the goal of when they're here is to have great competition and to be exposed from a college recruiting standpoint. So for some of these older kids, they're coming in and they've got hundreds of college coaches that could potentially be there to scout them, to recruit them.
That's really cool. Again, we're talking to Katharine Eberhardt, who's Chief Marketing and Development Officer of NCFC Youth. I see something here where you guys are pointing out that there are so many kids come from all around the place from different places and at different levels. Talk about how important that is for them to engage with each other.
That's right. So, we know that soccer is an opportunity and a platform to bring people together. It's one common language. Everybody can play. And so not only on a local level, but also across the country and international lines, really. We've got teams coming in from Canada. We've had teams in the past that come from Finland, from South America. And so to bring different cultures, different people that they often might not see, it just exposes kids in a different way to different cultures, to different styles of play.
Yes.
And really kind of opens their eyes to, what competition can be. Because during the league play, season, you're often just playing against the same teams and you see the same people. So just providing that kind of diversity of play just allows these kids more opportunities to compete.
Right.
That's awesome. And also, can you elaborate on, as far as giving them the opportunities to compete? We talked about that. For the economy here is 28 million, but it costs, to get the kids here, for them to be able to play and participate. And there's a fundraiser or something that you guys do to help to move this forward.
That's
so talk
right.
about that and how can we help?
Yeah. We know that all sports, it costs money. There's a barrier to entry often. And so whether you're playing basketball or soccer or football, we know that financial constraint can often be an issue to get kids playing. And it's our goal, especially on a local level, to make sure that all kids have access to play. We actually just coming off of the heels of a fundraiser at the Angus Barn this past week.
One of our favorite places.
Yes.
Oh, it's delicious.
Van, the whole crew, we love them.
Oh, that
love
steak
Van.
just melted in our
She
mouth.
comes on the show periodically.
Oh, does she? That's
absolutely.
awesome.
Yes, she does.
Yeah, that's great. So we had about 300 folks in the room who were all there for the same mission of raising money to grow the game through financial aid. And we raised about $250,000
Oh, my goodness.
that we will keep local. So all of that funds will go to making sure that kids locally in the area have the opportunity to play, to benefit from participation. As sports people, we know that kids who play can learn teamwork.
Yes.
They can learn sportsmanship. They learn about respect,
Absolutely.
accountability, all those things that they'll take with them. And it's our goal to make sure that every kid who wants to play has access. And so the more that we can bring these kids in, especially at that grassroots recreation level, and then as they continue to grow up, they'll have opportunities to play in tournaments like we're hosting in the next couple of weeks, and maybe that's their chance to go to college for the first time, to be recruited, or just to travel and realize that there's more out there than just their local community. So it all starts locally.
That's
Man,
awesome.
that's all right. So, Kat, tell people how they can go and just understand what's going on with this entire series. Talk about that.
So ncfcyouth.com is our website, and that's a great place to go to see what's going on. We've got social media that we'll be active on the next couple of weeks. Great place to see all the kids kind of in action, see where they are out and about in the community, and where you may or may not want to make reservations that weekend, just to make sure that you have a spot to go. But we'll be making sure that everyone's aware of what's going on, and look forward to sharing on the experiences that these kids are having on the field.
Oh,
That's
man,
awesome.
that is so fantastic. 40 years we've been running this program, right?
40 years for the tournament, but we've been running locally for about 50 years.
Oh, wow.
Woo.
I know. And I grew up playing in the club, so it's a really fun
So
moment.
you're playing the club.
At 2?
That I started at about 7. You're very generous. That's very generous.
That's good. Oh, man, thank you for sharing that. Thank you for visiting us. We really
Thank
appreciate
you
it.
so much.